Don't be afraid to talk to me. Talk to me. Won't you come and take this walk with me? Walk with me. Just be open from the start with me. Spark with me. Will you open up your heart to me? Talk to me. Let's have an open conversation. Sit it down. Let's have an open conversation. Gather round. Let's have an open conversation. Hands down, talk to the town.
Hey, it's your man Simply D. Welcome to another episode of Sadior Presents an Open Conversation. We're here somewhere in Chestnut Hill, out in the wilderness, and June day. But nevertheless, we're going to press through. I'm sitting here I'm sitting here with Diva from Diva Entertainment. How are you today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good. It's a little hot and sticky, but I see you look nice and clear.
Thank you. Still hot and sticky though.
So, she has an upcoming project about to come out, I guess.
Yes.
And before we jump into that, because she gave me a little brief thing behind the scenes, and it sounds hot and exciting. But before we jump into that, let's let our audience know who you are and that you're not a new jack in the city and what you've been doing up until this moment.
Okay. Well, I guess you say I began the arts as a young girl, singing, acting, dancing, loved the stage, and I did a lot of play productions, a lot of them Broadway, because back in those days they didn't give us the flavor that we wanted that we have on stage right now. So the Mary Poppins and things like that was out. So as I got older, the high school that I attended, Franklin Learning Center, gave me a little more flavor. It was like Creative and Performing Arts in New York. So I did a lot of singing and dancing there, and I went on to college to do the same thing. Well, I went on to have my children, and after having my children, I decided that I wanted to jump back into the industry. So I started writing plays. And of course, the first time you write a play, you're always write about something that's close to you. So I wrote a play about my life, and it was called Have You Seen Her? And I put on my first play production at Freedom Theater, and it turned out to be pretty good. So I said, you know what? This is where my passion is, and this is what I want to stick with. So I went on to do several other productions in the city of Philadelphia, and a couple of them at the Walnut Street Theater. And then I ventured out to New York, doing different productions at Producers Club. And in 2008, I decided I wanted to jump into film. So not only did I write my first film, but I also was an assistant in Brotherly Love film that everybody just recently saw not that long ago. And now we're jumping a little bit forward into my baby that we're dealing with right now, the film Faces of Life.
Okay, now you said you did a play called Have You Seen Her?
Oh yes, and we used that footage in that too. Oh yes, we did.
What was that play about?
That play was about two young children, a girl and a boy, that were raised by their father. And the mother decided that she wanted to take a walk. And a lot of people always think about when the father is absent in the family and the mother is raising the children and the difficulties that the family goes through. But families go through some of the same difficulties when the mother is absent. So I wanted to give an insight and show the strength of a black man taking the time to raise his children and some of the struggles that he went through and some of the struggles that his children went through that whole entire process. And it was during the 60s when it wasn't really that prominent for an African-American male to raise two children on his own.
Okay. That sounds like some people that you know, because I know a friend of mine who two sons were dropped off on his doorstep by their mother, and he raised them, and both of them are in college right now. So you know, like I know them.
I don't know anybody you know, but I do know one thing. My father was a heck of a father, and I'm thankful for all the lessons that he taught me.
Right.
And my brother and I are pretty much tight, and we do the ball with that.
Okay, so it's actually a true story.
Yeah, it's a true story. That's all I was saying. Like, you know, my first play production was about something that was really dear to my heart, and I just wanted to get it out there and express those different emotions that I went through as a young girl being raised by a man. I had some ups, I had some downs. At times I was a rebellious teenager. You know, my brother had his issues, but I always looked up to my older brother to be my rock, and to this day he still is my rock. So.
Okay. Well, tell us, how do you feel about the independent film industry as it is today?
I think the independent film industry is flourishing. a lot of people are really jumping out there and putting their ideas on the reel. As to where, I think about 5 years ago, you may hear about it sporadically. But now, not everybody has a phone, but it seems like so many more people are really putting their ideas on the reel. And it's a good thing because you get an opportunity to get a flavor of everything that's going on out here instead of just one direction. Because years ago, it was just, how could I say, the independent films we looked at is just hood films that were being done. But now they're not just hood films, they're actually, you know, complete rounded films of complete ideas showing that we do have other things on our minds besides hood rats.
Do you find that you get a lot of support here in Philadelphia with the things that you're doing? Or do you find it kind of difficult and people are kind of slow to come out and support?
I think in Philadelphia, the industry is kind of like a small world. Since I've come out, I feel very supported. I've come across some beautiful people that have been willing to help me, that I've also been willing to help back. And I think that's what it takes, is for people to be open. I feel very well supported. I love supporting other people. And what I'm finding with the small network in Philadelphia is that you go to different events and you wind up finding out that people that are at this event is at another event. So they're kind of like, everybody's kind of like networking together. So far, so good, it seems to me.
All right. Do you find it difficult with, because I don't know how old the kids are right now, do you find it difficult being a mother, raising a family, and still trying to find the time to do the passion that you have for filmmaking?
Well, speaking on that, the thing about it is I had to take a pause. I had to take a pause on my dreams only because I wanted to make sure that my children's dreams were put first. My oldest is 26, so she's on her way to becoming the woman that she wants to be. She's in law school right now, and my son is doing his own thing. He's 23. So my youngest, who everybody knows I talk about all the time, Love of Alicia, she's kind of doing her own thing, and she's beginning to graduate from high school. So towards the end of her finishing high school, I was able to jump back in and start doing some of the things that I love because she loves those same things. So I found that I wasn't taking away from what she wanted. I was helping her to flourish in what she loved as well. So it was easier for me to do it. But when they were younger, it was really a challenge.
I know I myself find it somewhat difficult when you're in that mode of raising a family. You have to put your dreams in hold and try to get your family where they need to be, your kids, so to speak. And having that support team and that support system is really important because that's what I have now. I have people who support me, who push me out there to do what I want to do. Do you find now that it's easier for you? Do you have a good support team? Are they behind you 100%, believe in what you're doing?
I can say I have a good friend circle. I have a really good friend circle that encourage me, but I also have some no people in my circle, which is a good thing because they'll tell me in a minute, no, Diva, that's not going to work. No, that's not going to look right. Maybe you want to do some things different, and I don't have a problem with that because I would rather put out something that of quality, you know, than to rush out and just put out something that would not be right. So the people that I have in my circle, the friends that I have in my circle, are pretty supportive.
That's good. Good. We're going to take a commercial break and we'll be right back after this.
Okay.
Don't be afraid to talk to me, won't you come and take this walk with me, just be open from the start with me, spark with me, when you open up your heart to me.
Alright, great.